Alright. Oh gosh. I think we're live. Let me just go and confirm that. Oh, I think I saw something. Yeah, I think we might be. I think I saw something. Okay, I can hear myself. Everything seems to be going good, going great. Okay. So I think we can start the stream. I might just wait for a couple of people to join first. I'm gonna turn down that. Alright. You can open a message to the top of your live chat for viewers to read. Click in the message to pin it. Use options menu to open. Okay, let's see that. Hey, hello, how are you? How do I pin you? Oh, what's that? Okay, I think to, oh yeah, here we go. Pin message. Hey, it works. How are you, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Nice. I'm gonna leave that there. That's good. Alright, so let's get to the start of the stream. So first, I got a second monitor. However, it only works on Windows. For some reason, it's just not plug and play on Linux. So, I need to get it to work on Linux. So that's where we're first going to try and start it. If we get it to work, then we'll be lucky. If we don't, I'll see what we'll do next. I might then just start coding. We'll see. It depends on how long this is going to take. Yeah, let's wait for a couple of people to join. We need a couple more souls. So let's see here. Everything seems up to standard. Let me just, of course, increase the text. Otherwise, how are we going to read? Alright. So, while we're at it, I'm going to see what this monitor's details are. Not that I have any clue how to do that. It has buttons, but they're not very responsive. Analog input. Okay, I see that, but yeah, it just keeps telling me my computer is in power save mode. That's not correct. I think xrandr. Yeah, they should give us like some information of whatever reason. So, display port 0 is disconnected. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Display port 1 is connected. And it's small. Okay, so this is the one we're having trouble with. Display port 2, which is an HDMI, yeah. That isn't disconnected, yeah. So the HDMI one, this one works perfectly fine. Display port 1 uses a DisplayPort to VGA adapter. And I don't know if that's what's causing the issue, because I read a couple of forums online, and it seemed mostly like it seems mostly like it might be something to do with that, or potentially this specific type of monitor. So it's either the adapter or that, but the thing is, it works on Windows, and it also works on boot. So the adapter isn't broken, because not only does it work on boot, it does work on Windows. But the monitor still doesn't just turn on Linux, and I don't understand why. You know, sometimes I kind of just want to go, please just work, Linux. I'm not really in the mood to spend hours trying to fix you. But yeah, alright, so let's actually go to arandr. So this is usually where I manage my screens. So let's see here. Yeah, so here's DisplayPort 1. Now when we make this active, in theory, this monitor here, it should turn on. The thing is, it sees the monitor is connected. So it sees it's there. So let's actually apply this. And now I can actually go to that second monitor. Are we still like... Yeah, see, here you can see. There's the second monitor, right there. Like, what's happening? You can see the second monitor. But it's just not turned on here. So it detects it, but for some reason, the monitor itself just stays in sleep mode. And I don't understand why. And that's so weird. Because if I were to now decide to just disable this, so display port 1, I'm going to say, no, do not activate that. And I do this, say apply. Then here we go. Now everything is just back to how it was. But that doesn't make sense. Why is the monitor still off? It's still getting detected. So this is the part where it gets fun. We're gonna have to start Googling a bit. And definitely if you guys have like any tips whatsoever, I'm gonna be pinning my eyes on the chat, because I do need a little help here, or probably will need, because I have no idea how to fix this. So let's see. Monitor stays in sleep mode. Linux. Because the thing is, if it works on Windows, it should also work on Linux. I doubt that will help, but we can open it anyways. Monitor not going to sleep and switching off. Nope. How do I prevent Ubuntu from putting my monitor to sleep? Sleep mode causes monitor to not be able to wake back up. Also, I have tested this out on XFCE as well. But on XFCE, we get kind of the same issue. It also detects it, but it can't like turn it on. Hey, El Mesa, welcome. It's good to see a couple more people in the chat. Monitor not staying asleep. Wake monitor from sleep. Screen error. Nah. Alright, let's see here. Monitor. Let's say monitor detected, but not working. Second monitor detected, but not displaying Linux. Exactly. This is exactly. External HDMI display detected. Second monitor, but not working. Second monitor detected, but not displaying anything. Okay, let's. What the heck was that? Probably just some really strong wind. How to fix second monitor detected but not displaying issue. Okay, so it seems like now we are actually getting quite a lot of results here. Hey, Linus Tech Tips, neat. Okay. I doubt that this one's going to help us, because this is just like suspended issues. Okay, let's see here. I wonder if it might be VGA. Could it be that VGA is what's causing the issue? Linux VGA monitor not displaying. Can you make more Roblox Studio tutorials? Yes, I am busy with them. I already have uploaded the next tutorial. I just need to get the thumbnail done. Once that is done, I'll make it public. So they're on their way. They're just kind of taking a while to get done. Check the settings. Yeah, see, so we have the settings, and that's not. Where's A-Render? Have I closed it? No. So this is A-Render, right? So here's the display port. Now if I do this, and I say check, now you guys can see the second monitor, but I can't. Like here, I only see my monitor that's available. The second monitor on my screen is just off. So this whole part here, that is the second monitor. But for some reason, why is it not turning on my end? It's just staying in sleep mode. So weird. And check if the HDMI is on the port. The thing is, it works on Windows. So the thing is, I know it is connected properly, because when I boot into Windows, it works immediately, no tweaking any settings, it's just turned on. Boom. The first time I plugged it in, it didn't work. But once I did a reboot, Windows was just like, okay, I detect it now, I understand. But on Linux, it ain't. Hey, 6 tick. Yeah. What's up? Or try to check the settings and maybe try to check the driver is even there. The thing is, on my system, which is i3, there is not a specific setting. So A-Render is basically the best I got. And second of all, I don't know how drivers on Linux. I think AMD is just kind of supposed to work out of the box. So, okay, but yeah, actually, it seems like there are VGA issues here. Maybe it is VGA. Maybe Linux is just not happy with it. Yeah, here they like system settings. This place, I do not have that. Let's see here. I had the same issue with Dell running Ubuntu using USB-C adapter. Try setting the resolution on secondary screen to something low or lower if it makes the second screen work, as it did for me. Yeah, but see, that doesn't. I think I have tried that one before. So if I were to, can I like tell this to focus on a specific screen? Ah, there we go. Okay, so now it's going to focus on the right screen here because I think you guys are probably seeing nothing. Alright, so where are we? Yeah, so they say we should just make it smaller. So let's hope. Let's go here. DisplayPort 1, resolution. I mean, that's nice and small if I say that. Yeah, I'm still getting nothing. My cursor can still go to the other screen. Yeah, okay, so that did not work. Let's see here. Updating kernel solves issue for me. I was on 14. But see, if I used it, I tried it on the latest kernel as well. But yeah, I still didn't get anything. Let's hear what's up. Then it's a physical bug. I'm not sure if it's a physical bug. I think it's something to do with Linux. Because what are you good? Didn't do that. Okay, because on Windows it just works. So I can't think that is a physical bug because if it works on Windows, why doesn't it work on Linux? So I'm wondering if Linux is somehow missing something. Because it also works on boot. So on boot I can literally see the screen working. But as soon as Linux like finishes displaying all its text on the screen, it just suddenly goes into sleep mode and doesn't wake up. There are, but they're kind of weird. For example, Pacman-SS AMD. So basically I think that's a driver. I don't know any of these. This might be some sort of driver. This is a driver, I think. Yeah, video driver. So I have drivers installed, but I don't really know how they work. So I don't like touching them. Because they're kind of scary. So I'm thinking, because usually with AMD at least, it's supposed to just work out of the box. There's not supposed to be any weird things going on. At least that's what I was hoping. So yeah, we'll just need to see. Merge says no signal, but Xrender says it's disconnected. If I tell Xrender to make any sort of change, it must be a change. Then the display is reset and it all comes back. For example, have Xrender turn it off and on. Okay, I should just make sure to not turn off the wrong one, otherwise I'm gonna have a really bad time. So let's Xrender output DisplayPort 1 is the small one, yeah, okay. I should definitely not do the HDMI one, otherwise I'm gonna have a lot of trouble. Let's turn it off. Oh gosh, my screen, oh, it came back. I was really scared for a second. Okay, now it's turned on. Unrecognized option on, wait, was it a different one? Auto, okay. Let's do auto. What the heck? My screen is super weird now. What? Apply. Let's see if this is basically Xrender, but just with a GUI. So in theory, this should work. But it doesn't. Because this here, I could literally go output this active. That's the same as turning it off. So to me, that doesn't make sense. Let's see. However, it loses its position information and becomes a clone until again reset position. Any windows on that display gets moved to make them at least partially visible on the other display. Though I found it shift a lot of windows which should not have been affected too. Basically, it's a horrible fix, I agree. This fixes the problem some of the time. Force suspend. Force on. Okay, but that's scary because I have two monitors. Is it going to suspend the wrong monitor here? Nothing happened. Yeah, I'm not gonna force suspend here because I'm very scared about that. Hey, T-Tech, thanks for the donation. Welcome to the stream. I can't read that from there. I hate this big heart thing. I want to get rid of that. How long are the... wait. How long are in developers scene? I'm 15 and I'm scared that I ain't going to be good at developing when I'm older. So I have been officially a developer for, I think, 3 years. This month, I think. Can't quite remember. Either 3 years or just over... Wait, let me just calculate that. 2021 to 3 years. So I've been a developer for 3 years now officially, and I started coding about 6 years ago. So you didn't really have to be scared, because the thing is, you're going to learn how to code, and I can guarantee you're going to learn a lot, but when you get your first job, you're going to feel like you basically started from the start again. You're not going to feel like you're that great. But you're going to need the learning as well. Because your first job, it's going to be very difficult. At least that's how mine was. It kind of felt like the first 3 years of learning was like the very, very bare bone basics. Like we're just going back to the start. It's a very weird experience, but you don't have to be scared. Because you're going to... as long as you keep studying, you're going to have the skill to do it. And it's going to be difficult, and it's going to be confusing, but once you get past your first 6 months, you'll see it's not that bad. As long as you just, study every day, an hour a day, 2 hours a day, or like me, go 6 hours a day, but that's overkill. Yeah, because when I started coding, I didn't even think I did a lot. I did a little bit of HTML. What's this? Inactive tabs. Okay, I don't care. Where was I? Oh yeah, I did a little bit of HTML, did a little bit of Java, and primarily did Delphi. So I didn't do like a lot or anything extreme. It was only about in my third year of actually programming, but not like at work, just in school, where I actually started doing a lot. And then we got into JavaScript, Python, all of these things. I'm digressing here, but basically you don't have to worry. It's going to be pretty much easy enough. No, I don't think that's going to work. You don't have to worry. As long as you study, it's going to be easy. I had the same problem. Only one monitor at a time was working. This partially solved easy. I tried changing the resolution of monitor to the highest resolution to something smaller. This already made both the monitors to work. The thing is, I did this with the GUI in XFCE, but it didn't work for me, which is weird. I don't know. XFCE. I have the terminal. What about display? Settings. I have no idea. I should have the XFCE settings here, though. And I don't think this is what I was looking for. But maybe it's only available in XFCE, which is kind of weird, but okay. I can't boot into XFCE now, that's for sure. Yeah. Almost 10k subs. Like, I'm awaiting that. We're super close. Like, that's insanely close. Like that's gonna be a cool day. Finally reaching the 10K. We're waiting for that for a really long time. Next strive is 50K. What's the best method to learn? What I do, it's like very bad. I'm watching YouTube tutorials and something. I'll do self experience, but I don't know. Okay, so for you, it depends on the person. To me, what helped me learn, because I'm just, I'm better off learning on my own and whatnot. So I basically did free code camp and I just followed that. And here and there, I also did YouTube and followed the YouTube tutorials, whatnot. But the thing that really made me perform the best in terms of learning was to build my own projects. And I think for a lot of developers, this is also the way to go, because then you learn by doing. So even if you don't have the skill for it, just jump into it and Google as you need. For example, when I learned or started learning Flutter, I didn't learn Flutter like on its own because it's just so big and annoying to learn. It's a very boring library to learn, but incredibly exciting to use. So I just started making apps with that. The Monica Afterstory mod installer app that I made a video on, that was my very first app I made with Flutter. And it was basically just Google, or try and do something, Google how to do it, implement it, and then I just kept on doing that. And at some point, I just got good at it. And that's basically how I think it should go as well. And or at least for me, that's the fastest way I get to learn something. Where's my live chat? Oh, never mind, I found it. So the best method is just to start a project and try and finish it. That's the best way to learn it. Same with if you're doing game development, following along a course at the start can help you. But if you see that it's not helping you, just starting out on your own project and learning on your own time, building up the knowledge by yourself, it's a very powerful way to do it. Aren't there some apps? You mean for learning? Yeah, there's Solo Learn. Free Code Camp also has an app, I think. Also, don't depend too much on Solo Learn. I think that's the app's name. I know a lot of people who depend entirely on that. Then do that. It's not a good idea. It's good to get you into something because it's really good for beginners. But it's good at getting the basics into you. But it's not good in the long term. But in short term, it's really good. And in Free Code Camp, it's good in the long term. And I think there are other apps, but I haven't really used a lot of apps. YouTube is the best app. EXE, also for Windows. No, I don't know any desktop apps to learn to code with. I know Google developed a website that you can use to learn to code. I used it, I think it's Grasshopper or something like that. Actually very cool, but yeah, it's almost like Scratch, to be honest. I don't know how to say her name, so I'm gonna call you Khan. How are you? I don't know how to say the tilde in. Do I know Rust? Yes, I do know Rust, or I used to know Rust. I kind of never developed in it after I learned it, so I kind of forgot most of it. It's on the tutorial list though, so it's on its way. But yeah, I kind of forgot most of it. Kind of once I started learning them, I just lost reason to use any other language. But that's on me. Not the smartest way to go about it. I think this thread isn't going to help me. Because I'm looking at how many is answer, I'm still not getting it. I connect my second monitor to my laptop, HDMI port, and it doesn't display. Oh, let's actually start from here because this one has VGA. Okay, this is NVIDIA, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. Let's see here. Yeah, a stream. Yeah, finally. I've been asked to do a stream for how long, but I just never get to it. So I finally decided it's time to get to it. And instead of connecting one through to the motherboard video port, connected to another port, which has multiple. Yeah, but it is connected. It's not connected to my motherboard. It's connected to my GPU, so that doesn't make sense. I think there is a way to use both your GPU and your integrated GPU that's on your motherboard at the same time. But it sounds really complex, so I'm not going to try and do that. That's overkill. I'd rather just get myself a different monitor, one that has been built in the last like 10 years or something instead of the last 30. Integrated graphics may not work if the screen exists, as mentioned. Plug both monitors into an NVIDIA. Yeah. So this guy just didn't plug it into his graphics card, okay? Weird. And let's see here. Wait, I remember seeing a different question as well. What's your monitor provider? Ah, yes, I knew I saw something. It's Dell. Both of my monitors are Dell. They're just like the easiest ones to come by secondhand for free. Like for some reason, people in my country just give them away. Insane. Laptop specifications explicitly say it will drive all three monitors at the same time. All these people have laptops. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. Let's see here. Trying to use two separate monitors on my notebook. One is HDMI, the other is VGA. Currently only HDMI works. And when I connect the VGA cable, Ubuntu recognizes a display, but says it's unknown and the monitor itself doesn't detect output. I wonder, maybe I should try and get, because maybe it is just like the display port to VGA adapter that's the issue. Maybe that is just the issue. So let's actually see if we can get an HDMI to VGA. Unfortunately, this monitor only takes VGAs. So I could try to get an HDMI to VGA adapter, but yeah, I don't know. Sheesh. Expensive for such a small block, 100 rand. Jeez, but I go over to 200. No way. Alright, that's gonna take a hot minute. Let's see here, what's up. So just Kai. Easy, okay. Do you use Arch Linux? Yes, I do. Specifically Endeavor. I'll actually show you my perfect NeoFetch. I'm part of the master race, so you need to see my epic specs. Endeavor OS. Amazing. Maybe it's just that the kernel is so new that it can't, because there was once something, I couldn't remember what it was. It might have been a Bluetooth adapter, like a USB stick that does Bluetooth. Yeah, I think that was actually it. But the kernel itself was too new to support that for some reason. I think that was the issue of that. Maybe it's the same thing here. Maybe the Linux kernel is just so new, they lost support for the old. Man, that would be sad though. That means I just can't use this monitor on Linux. Unless I go old. But see, if it's the VGA port that's the issue, then I wonder if this will even fix it. I don't even know if this monitor I'm using right now has DisplayPort support. It might. I'll just have to check. Yeah, because this guy just did like an auto install of drivers, but I didn't. Yeah. I didn't think I can do that. I'm on Arch, so I can just do an Ubuntu install all drivers automatically. Like, just look at that. That looks so easy. Yeah, no, I have no idea why it doesn't want to work. Oh gosh, German. My German ain't good. I think this is German. Olfosong. Yeah, but I don't know if that's gonna work. Can I even mirror my display using A render or X render? I don't know if I can, to be honest. I wonder, maybe I should just try it out. Let's see. What if I Google Linux no VGA support? But the thing is, if Ubuntu systems have it as well, like it's using one kernel less, then I don't know. You would set up dual display with mint video settings, but when I set up two monitors, the monitor asks for resolution. Okay, that does not sound like it's my issue, to be honest. Oh, dang. I wonder. No. Let's see here. Yeah. I use Endeavor, but Endeavor OS is based on Arch. So it's basically just Arch Linux, but you don't have to manually install. Well, I think actually Arch Linux has an automatic installer right now. But for some reason, when I used Arch Linux, it used to like break after every first update. So I use it for a week, after it breaks. It was extremely horrible. Made me go back to like Mint and stuff, and I think at some point I went back to Manjaro. But that had issues with the AUR and packages kind of being weirdly outdated. And then I tried this, and I've been using it for almost a year. I think it's almost been more than a year now. It hasn't broken anything once, so I don't know. The Endeavor OS people are doing something. I don't know what they're doing, but I'll give them a heart because they're doing good. Where the heck am I here? Let's see. Oh man. Hey, let's go check Linus Tech Tips. I think they're here. Oh, this was Linus Tech Tips. Oh, damn. And let's see here. Yeah, it displays black. That's exactly my issue. I just see black. NVIDIA is notorious for this sort of thing. I found some answers. I'm not using NVIDIA though. Maybe it's because I still have some NVIDIA drivers installed from back when I had an NVIDIA. Because I have this X server settings. But I'm pretty sure it won't work because I have an AMD. You know. GPU. I've also like tried disconnecting and reconnecting it, but that also doesn't seem to work. NVIDIA. What was that? NVIDIA server. Let's see. Yeah, can we get like an AMD version of that? So there's an AMD GPU. There's no control panel. It's not a separate panel, it uses built-in controls for Xorg. KDE should have settings config built in, otherwise you can do everything X-render or A-render. The see things I'm really using A-render and I'm having problems. Damn. So now the question is, how do I fix this? Is this just going to be a lost cause? Should I just get myself a decent monitor that isn't... But the thing is, I don't want to pay money for a monitor. But maybe I can find another free Dell monitor. Then yeah, let's see. Monitor. It doesn't need to be great or anything. I need like 480p. That's perfectly fine. I didn't need anything expensive. Let's see here. Maybe if I... Yeah, let's go like that. Let's see. Close other tabs. Maybe I can find a good monitor. When minimal effort doesn't solve your problem, throw money at it. Am I right? 85k for a monitor, you're nuts. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm more comfortable with around 700. That sounds more me. Ha. I can't find a monitor for 700 rand. Interesting. Oh well, here's one for 500. That's not bad. Damn, when have monitors become so expensive? I remember the days when 500 rand could get you almost anything. Ah, inflation. Nah, just kidding. Hey, Sir Meme V2, welcome. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna just maybe get a different monitor. I'll put a few. I'll see if I can put a few strings. Maybe get another free one somewhere, or another cheap one. Yeah, it doesn't even need to be first hand. I can just go for a second hand one. Yeah, that would be perfectly fine. I'm gonna disable this monitor, and then we can code. We can code a little bit. Let's deactivate that one, and let's do that. And there we go. Alright. Still streaming, that's good. And we still have some beavers. Nice. Alright. So, I kind of found a pretty good... Or just like a test habit. It's not going to be anything great. But, have any of you heard of LibriVox? Here we go. So LibriVox are audiobooks, but they're in the public domain and completely free. So it's basically like the open source version of books. Now, you can also read ones, it seems. But I'll just show you, I'm gonna click on listen. There's already like a ton of apps on Google Play that uses LibriVox, but there's actually just a bloat of ads and stuff. It's very disgusting. I don't really care, just give me a random book. I just want to show. Download, I'm not gonna download that, you can forget. But I used to listen to like the Bible on LibriVox. It was very interesting. Is someone gonna play? I'm waiting for something. What's happening? I'm so confused. There's something supposed to be happening. There's like a little loader up here, but okay. Anyhow, the idea is it's basically an audiobook platform, but it's free. They also have an API. Oh, here we go. That took a really long time, but okay. They also have an API, and we're going to expose that API and make our own audiobook app. I'm thinking of converting this to the primary...
Section 1 of Sonnets.
Hush. I'm considering converting this to the primary Flutter project we're going to be working on. So once I get the Flutter course out there, this will be the project. That's what I'm thinking. Could be cool.
By Edna St. Vincent Millay. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain and in no temple worshiper.
Yeah, so basically it's just an audiobook. There's nothing special. Except for the fact that it's public domain. That's like epic. I love that. It's open source. Who doesn't love that? Anyhow. So I've already kind of started with it. there, LibriVox. Header code has been updated. Cool. Cool. Okay, I don't care. Now, the nice thing is if you use Flutter, you can also develop apps for other platforms. So let's say you don't just want to support Android, you want to support Linux, then you could. You definitely could. Yes, I kind of think I did a little bit of it. I might have actually even started working on an API, I think. Or something to interact with the API. It actually might just be implemented somewhere in here, to be honest. Oh yeah, the models, I think. Yeah, kinda. I haven't worked on this in a while. Just give me a second to catch my breath. Yeah, so here we get audiobook. So basically, this hits this endpoint. So if I actually go there. No, I want you to open up in Brave. There we go. So if I throw that in there, close. Oh no, close wrong one. Pop out chat. There we go. Then here. So basically we get this XML. I think you can also get JSON. Oh yeah, you can get JSON. I think we do get JSON because we also add the format URL here. And the format URL is format JSON. So if we were to add this to the back of this here, then we'll get JSON, which is much easier to parse, instead of XML, which is kind of difficult to parse. Let's see. Bruh, can you make evil twin attack? Evil twin attack? Is that a game? Evil twin attacks, how to prevent them. An evil twin attack takes place when an attacker sets up a fake Wi-Fi. Oh, it's a hacking method. Ah. Okay, now it makes more sense. Oh, it's actually very popular. I didn't know this was the name for it. Oh, okay. Can you... Oh, you want me to make a tutorial on that? Well, I don't usually do hacking, but I'll actually take a look at it. It might be interesting. Yeah, and then I can maybe, like, show an example of it. For educational purposes, of course. I remember when I was younger, there was this app that you could download, which would allow you to connect to your neighbor's Wi-Fi. When I was younger, that was like the app I used to love. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a freaking great app. And yeah, that actually helped me get into programming early, because we didn't have Wi-Fi until, like, I think end of grade 10 or something. But it allowed me to, like, connect to the internet, see all the cool things, see Java and JavaScript and whatnot. It was insanely epic. I think that also, like, used an exploit, especially with the WPS, which is on most routers, but I think it's disabled on most modern routers by default. But it used WPS exploits to connect to a router, especially if it had a weak password. So my neighbors had a password that was just numbers, which is a stupid password to have, because that is insanely easy to hack. And yeah, that they just... And because they used such a weak password, with that vulnerability, I was able to get not only their password, but I was able to connect to their Wi-Fi immediately. So yeah, kids, don't just make your passwords numbers, because they're not going to work. That's why my passwords are always more than 10 characters and use as numbers and exclamation marks and all of those nonsense. But yeah, maybe I will take a look at it. Alright, so here we pass in the URL to get the audiobook. We format it into JSON. We give it a limit of 50 or different, unless if we pass something in. And offset is like the page. So, or not the page, but the amount. So let's say You want to go to the next page and you limit by 50. Then you make the offset 50, so you'll get the next 50 instead of the first 50. If that makes sense. There's like a specific number of books to skip. And in here, if you don't get it to 100, it's going to throw... Of course, we can do like better ways of throwing exceptions and whatnot. But in this case, I just want to kind of get it out there. Once I get it to work, I can like clean this up, make it work better. But in this case, I don't think it's necessary to do too much effort just yet. Then we decode the JSON and we store it in data, which is a map of string and any specific type or int type. And then we create the audiobook object from that JSON data, and it looks something like this. So this is all we're getting from the JSON. Man, I love strongly typed languages. Just look how easy this is making our life. Anyhow. And yeah. Oh, this is just the API. That's why there's no Android version. This doesn't use Flutter. This is just Dart. Okay. But good. This means we can use this to our advantage. So, I'm going to put you here on the side. And I can probably increase this as well. There we go. Also, okay, it seems to be already disabled. That's good. So in theory, how does one run this? Okay, so here we have a bin, and I think I could not remember how we run this. Dart, nope, Dart, run. Okay, we're having issues. What is it? Unexpected character at 1. Okay, what is this? What is being run? I just need to see if that is what's being run. Yes, it is running lol. And then we get the issue when trying to get audiobooks. Even though we're specifying the format should be JSON. So why is that? Why are we getting XML? Print response. Instance of response. Oh wow, how helpful. Thank you so much. Man, what would I do if it wasn't for you? I hate it when it gives me like instance of response. Like, come on. You know that wasn't what I was expecting. Why is it giving us XML though? Let me console log this. Because maybe it's not asking for the right format. LibriVox. Yeah, it looks good. Oh, you see that? That forward slash, that's the issue. So, let's remove that. And now in theory, it should get us a couple of books. Ah yes, thank you again. Your service is immensely helpful. .toString. Oh wait, but then await wouldn't work because this is asynchronous. Final b is equal to, I just want to see if it works, my guy. b.toString. It's probably just going to tell me it's a string version of instance of audiobook. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it? That's it. I'm gonna kill it. Why? Why? Just give me a string. It's fine. Dot We can give it a title. Yeah, let's get the title. B dot map real B. And that will give us real B dot title. If I did that correctly, that is. Yes, looks correct to me. So now, and that's just gonna give, but that's fine. It's gonna give us. Okay, so here we have the count of Monte Cristo, Letters of Two Brides, Bleak House, 3 dots, some other language, last of the whatevers. But it feels a little lacking because the limit is 50. So why exactly am I getting? Oh, maybe there's these dots here are just saying that there's more. But why would you do that? I asked for 50. Hey, it's fine. Man, the chat is quiet. What's happening? So I wonder, why is it only giving me this amount when the limit is obviously 50? I don't think that's something to worry about now. Future me can worry about that. Okay, so now that we get the audiobooks, we probably want to get a couple of other things. Where was their API again, if I may wonder? There we go. Actually, I think I only need to get up until API. I don't think I need the rest. I remember there was a place that I needed to go to make getting the API data easier. But where exactly was that? Maybe an about. Maybe I can just Google LibriVox API. I think that's how I found it last time as well. Yeah. You see, why not just link this on the website? Would have made my life so much easier. Okay, so here it basically tells us how to get the data. You didn't necessarily need to use arguments. You could do this. But I'm not really sure if I how am I gonna specify the format as well, or can I just do that if I only need to get one specific thing? Maybe if you want to specify other things, you will need to use this, but you could use this as well for the first item. I don't know. And in here, we can get the audio tracks. So these up here. Right, so we can get that. That's good. So these are audio books and these are audio tracks. What is the difference between audio tracks and audio books? Is everybody's screen updating? I'm still looking at a still screen. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. That is why nobody's talking. Why didn't anybody say so? Let me just update this. I think because of all my messing around. Okay, that should I think with all my messing around, OBS got confused. You guys should have said. If someone told me, I would have done it earlier. I'm so sorry. I really didn't think that was gonna happen, but okay. Now we know. For future reference, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, my question is just, what's the difference between an audiobook and an audio? I don't think it matters too much. I can just get both. And I don't know what the difference is, so it should be fine. So we can implement the same way of getting an audiobook, but you should make a different library for audio tracks. I wonder if this should not be called like API or fetch or something. Like API. And we throw that into API, because the API then has audiobooks and any other API endpoints. And an API could have an API.dart, and that can export audiobooks/audiobooks and whatever else we throw in here. And in that can be imported wherever we need audiobooks. Which is API audiobooks audiobook dart. Maybe /API API.dart, because that's already exporting everything else inside of API. So, and in here, yeah, okay, cool. That means something should have been broken. Okay, cool. There we go. Alright, so now we can implement the audio track API. So we can actually just copy this and then rename it to audio track, because I don't know if there's a difference, so I'm gonna split them anyways just in case. Audio tracks, and I'm gonna make sure this is plural. And Bob's your uncle. Now here we can just export audio tracks. There we go. Should be fine. I don't know if there's really a bug there. I think it's just missing a couple of numbers. And here we can go get audio tracks. Is it with a capital T? Okay, cool. It is with a capital T. So simple audio track API is the same idea, but this time it just uses audio track. So I'm just wondering, all audiobooks. Why does this say all audiobooks? Why is that its name? Shouldn't it just be audiobook model? That would make more sense than all audiobooks. I think we're just gonna call it audiobook. Like that. Yeah. And yeah, just make sure there's a dot slash in case that might mess anything up. And for audio tracks, we can update our requests to get all audio tracks. Do we have a limit? We probably still have all the same data though as this one here. So I think all of them work the exact same as the top one. Or I wonder, because this one only mentions these two parameters, whilst this one mentions all of these. But it also mentions these separately, so I'm wondering. I think it works. I'm not going to think it doesn't work. So in this URL, which is initially defined here, go to definition, up here. We can go here, and make that audio tracks. And that is the same one as this one. Yes. And this URL should... Oh, no. This URL... Yeah, it points us to the same place. Okay, cool. Now that we try and get the audio tracks, I'm going to see if this works as is. If this works as is, that would actually just be great. Last name. Exact match. I have no idea what this is supposed to mean. Since. Yeah, this one actually has a lot of extra parameters we can also add. Yeah, that can be a problem for future me. Let's just get the base of everything implemented. And let's see here. Yeah, we're not gonna have any of this. So I'm gonna, instead of returning anything, I'm just gonna print date. No. Print data. And in here, for now, we can just say void. And add a semicolon. Now we can try and get the audio tracks. What's your problem, mate? Everything looks like it works on my end. And let's see. I don't care. Just give me the actual error. URL is defined in the library package requests and try removing the export of one of the libraries or explicitly hiding the name in one of the exports. What? Is it because they have the same export name? Could it be that I need to call this requests before it will work? Nah, it doesn't look like it works. Could it be because of this URL string here? Is it really just that? I didn't think it could be that. But what does it matter? I'm not exporting it. It's probably because it's in global scope. What we could do is call this audio track URL instead of URL. And then put that there as well. And then up here, we can call this audio book URL. Okay, now we can try and call this up here. Wait, LibriVox dot get audio tracks. And in theory, this should just work. We shouldn't get any errors. Ah, damn it. Instance of response is an exception. Why is instance of response an exception? What are we doing? That. So this here is what's causing the issue. Maybe these just doesn't work with that URL. It could very well be the case. What if I go to, what if I open that link? Yeah, okay. So it doesn't like that. Good to know. That's literally a copy and paste. What are you talking about? So maybe the audio tracks API just doesn't work. I'm going to try and get the authors as well. Let's see. Yeah, so this one works. Okay, I think the audio tracks API is broken. And that's why it's not working. Okay, good to know. I'll take note of that. Audio track. Yeah, audio track API on LibriVox is broken. Lol. Okay. And then we can do offers, which will again just be a copy and paste of audiobooks, but this time be for offers. Neat. Okay. What? Oh, that's so confusing. I'm not used to. Okay, here we go. So in theory, and here again, it shows us like the fields we need, and here's the fields we can get. That's actually very useful. I might actually copy that and turn that into a what's name. That's fine. Yeah, so this can then just be called get authors. And here we build the URL. All of this should work, I think, I hope. And again, we can't do this, so I'm just gonna print, not console log, data. And this should of course be void. Okay. Then in theory, let's also export this. Dot slash offers. Is that how you, no, that's not how I spell offers. AUTH. Ah, yes. I knew something felt off. Because here it's spelled correctly. Okay, now that makes more sense. And then get offers. And as simple as that, we should get the offers without any errors. There we go, easy enough. And I'm also gonna take note of how that looks. Yeah, here. So this is how the object looks. We're just gonna compare it to what they said it's going to look like, just to see if there's any sussy-wussy business going on here. We get an ID. We do not get a title. But the title doesn't actually make sense for an offer. Then maybe this is for books. I think it is for books. Let's get to the book model. Ah yes, I think it's for the book. Make more sense. URL zip file. URL zip file. Yeah, it's for the book. Okay, makes sense. Good thing I just double checked that. So we just need to basically create a model. Oh wait, there's already one here. Yo, look at that. Wait, but that doesn't make sense because we already have this. So we can't do this. But see, we're using the offer model here because it's providing us with a little bit of information, but not all of the information. Maybe this should be called book author.dart. And that would make more sense, hopefully. And maybe future me won't be angry about it. The most difficult part about programming is literally just thinking of the name. Like, what should you call variables? I'm gonna Control A, Control V, and I'm gonna cut this and throw that here. So we need an ID, which is a number, int. And then we have a first name, and we have a last name, and we have a date of birth, which is also a date of death. Yeah, I can imagine this will be an maybe. It's not going to be a guaranteed. And this will also be an int. Because if they're still alive, you know. Because I can also write a book and put it in the public domain, but that would remain undead. No. Here we go. A date of birth. Oh wait, there's date of birth. I just need to make it an int. Date of death. Then, you know, they make a fair point. They make a really fair point. Nothing changed, just the types. So in theory, I don't need to change anything. I wonder if the types are even correct now. Because literally, as you can see, just the types changed. That is insanely sus. So I'm gonna just go here and get audiobooks. And then I'm just gonna go into the get audiobooks, and I want to, before I do anything, print out the data. But I only need the first one. I don't need the rest. Can you do that with maps? We'll find out. Can I use Dart for making web apps from front end and back? Yes, Dart is perfect for that. Because if you use Flutter with Dart, you can make, with one code base, you can make Android apps, you can make the PC apps, so Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and also the upcoming Fuchsia OS, if it's still going to be released. You can do iOS apps, you can do web apps, so front end and back end, and yeah, I think that's all. There might be another one, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, so if you use Flutter, I can actually Google that. It's really cool. That's why I love Flutter. Flutter, just amazing. So literally, as you can see, you can just build it for anything. It's so amazing. Let's see here. Flexible, productive. Yeah, none of these are really what I'm caring about. See, target platforms. Here we go. So iOS and Android apps. And this is all from one code base. You didn't need to rewrite anything. It's basically Java if it was done right. Web apps, Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Flutter apps anywhere. Yeah, I didn't market Fuchsia because I didn't think it's really that popular yet. But yeah, really, really cool. And Dart is so close or so similar to TypeScript and to to Java. Yeah, surprisingly, because the other day, just while writing a tutorial for Dart, I noticed when I was looking at some Java code, it looked eerily similar, really close. It was insane. The thing is, I hate Java, but I love Dart. So that actually made me so confused. But yeah, it's Java done right. Even better than Kotlin. Yeah, as I thought, you can't do it at index 0. What are we getting here? Audio underscore books is giving us an error because book author isn't a type. Oh yes, you are correct. I changed no, but that doesn't make sense. You are being imported. What do you mean that it isn't a type? If I go there, there's the type. You must be delusional, my friend, because it does exist. Ah, there we go. Okay. So let's see here. Oh my gosh, so many. Information overwhelming. Okay, here's the authors. No, but yeah, their types are the same. Mate, why did I do that then? So author, yeah, we can literally just keep this the same, or keep it like this. Oh, okay. If it doesn't exist, we can put that at -1. Same here, -1. Or with a DoD, if it doesn't exist, it doesn't matter because it's going to be a null anyways. -1 if not provided. Nah, that's gonna be bad practice. I would rather question mark it. But would it ever never not be provided? It could be that someone is concealing their identity and they're not providing. I don't know. Let's just keep it. If it causes issues in the future me will fix it. I'm like the worst version of past me. Like, I just don't care about future me at all at this point. Man, I would hate to be future me right now. Not audio. 4. Okay, it should work as expected. String is not a subtype of int. Oh, it's because of the from JSON. Because I'm not really sure, to be honest. Print JSON ID. Pretty sure that should be. So here we get 431, but that is a number at line 30. Yeah, so it's this one that's giving the issue. Get variable data type Dart. There, runtime type. And let's see, a string. Nah, man. No. Convert string to int Dart. Int.parse. If you're gonna rub one more time against my mic, I'm gonna end it. Okay, that's better. Oh my word, that was so annoying. And let's see here. There is a flit on Python. Flit is a Flutter. Ooh, that sounds really, really cool. Like, Python version of Flutter. The fastest way to build Flutter apps in Python. That's really great marketing. Dude, neat. Page.add row. Oh, nice. Man, that is really cool. And it basically has the same. Let's see here. It looks really cool. Damn. Like, younger me would have loved this. Like, seriously love this. It would have been really cool. And you can make a free and open source Notion alternative. Notion? I feel like I've heard of that before. Notion. A freemium productivity and note-taking web application developed by Notion. Oh, I have heard of it. I just didn't really remember it. Oh, so it's basically a ClickUp or Trello. Yeah, I don't know about... Yeah, you can probably make it in Flutter. Yeah, I think... Isn't ClickUp potentially made... No, I don't think it's made in Flutter. A ClickUp Flutter mobile application allowed me to implement. I think they are using a little bit of Flutter. Yeah, because ClickUp is basically... I can actually show you. I actually have a couple of ClickUps here. There we go. So I think ClickUp is a Flutter version of... I think. Then don't quote me on that. It's a Flutter version of Trello or similar to Notion. So you also have like the boards where you can do your things and like move them over and whatnot. I made like a kind of ClickUp, or I'm still busy developing it, but a ClickUp alternative, also a bug tracker, but I made it in React or Next.js. But yeah. Yes, I don't think it would be that difficult to do it. It's just going to take a lot of time. So it's more time consuming than difficult. But yeah, I do have a free and open source alternative. Not made in Flutter though, but github.com. Go away. There we go. So, this ain't app. Anyhow, so here we have a bug tracker. So this is basically the free and open source alternative to ClickUp, if you ever wanted one. Or to Notion, as an example. It's a little broken at the moment. No, I don't think it's broken. No. It's just a pain to get running. Once it's running, though, it's pretty easy. But you can also get like the version 1, which is pretty easy to run, but it just lacks a lot of features. Yeah. Now, actually, Juicy service is the easiest one, because it only uses JSON. Yeah, it's just npm start and it works. Yeah, so this one would be the easiest one to run, but it lacks the most features. Whilst this one is more difficult to run, but it's, you know, it actually has Docker, so if you use Docker, it would probably be easy. But once I finish developing it, I am considering hosting it, and other people can use it for free. But of course, just disable features like saving very large text files and stuff, unless you pay or something, because I wouldn't be able to afford that hosting costs. Anyhow, man, it's a basically free and open source alternative. That's a good idea. I should work more on this. It would be cool. Alright, so here we can go. I think, was it int parse int.parse try parse, okay. Yeah, and if it fails, we get null. Yes, okay, try parse. Or maybe we should fail, so parse, and we get an error if it doesn't work, because then we know for a fact it will work. Except for date of birth, there we can do a try parse, because we are allowed to get a null here. Boom, problem solved. 私は smart です. Oh no. Wait, something happened though. Here it displayed a bunch of things. Unhandled exception. Wait. I think it's displaying things because we can close you. You're just kind of messing with me. There's just so many. I just want to go to you. Here we go. It's because I'm printing it. Okay. So after printing it, we get an unhandled exception. Format exception. Invalid radix 10 number at character 1. So get audiobooks 32. So line 32. This one was in line 32. So I'm assuming this from is what's causing the issue. And specifically this from right here. Because it doesn't like to parse this. It was int.parse, right? Oh gosh, I lost it. Parse string to int dart. Yeah, int.parse. Print. I'm just going to print out all of these. Because I'm not sure what to expect. So, if I run this, what do we get? ClickUp also has a paid tariffs like Notion. But I would want free alternatives. Yeah, see, the issue with something like that is usually it's expensive because most of ClickUp is free, but the issue is a lot of the features in it is actually super expensive. Like just excluding hosting, right? Just excluding that can make it still super expensive. For example, we can actually take a look at ClickUp here. Let's say I'm here and I want to upload an image. Now, an image is already not only, let's say, 2 megabytes of space, but an image is 2 megabytes of upload bandwidth and then 2 megabytes of download bandwidth every time you go view that image. And it's also taking 2 megabytes of space on the system disk. And that really adds up on the end of the day, especially the bandwidth side, because that's 4 megabytes of bandwidth that was used just to get the image online. So on the end of the day, that's primarily the issue, is like how expensive it is to host. So that's why it has these paid features, because now you have to pay the developers, you have to pay the hosting cost, and you have to pay all of these other things. But see, that's also where the free and open source mode that you're talking about comes in play. Because if you have a free and open source alternative, you can host your own version. And depending on the hosting platform you use, you could potentially host it for free without needing to pay anything, because you won't use that much bandwidth or that much storage for a really long time. So yeah, I guess that makes sense why you want a free and open source alternative, because then you could have everything for free if you were to do the effort and host it yourself. Yeah. No, you actually make a good point now I think about it. I lectured you for nothing. I'm sorry, my friend. Let's see here. Okay, so here we get 765, and it's just like, yo. Wait, C8. Oh. This is why we got that. This is why it's a string. Oh, because it's not per se going to be a number. It might be a string. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm just gonna give myself a note here. Note that DOB and DOD are strings, since may be returned from the... Holy moly. That was probably like the one again. My word. It may be returned from the API. Okay. Good to know. But ID, you're not going to fool me. You are an integer. Okay, that means we can remove these. Let's try it now. Okay, it ran without an issue. We literally did nothing. well, we did... Nah, we did nothing, to be honest. We did add this request, though. Ah, Git. It always makes you feel like I did more than I actually did. Ah, neat. All right. Yeah, that's actually, these are some really neat technologies. I know several alternatives to Notion and ClickUp. Any type. I'm gonna look at all of these because they could be pretty nice to look at. Man, you where did you find all of these alternatives? Like, I only know of Trello and ClickUp. Log sec first open source. Oh, this is an open source one. Yeah, so you could potentially host this one yourself. That yeah, this could be the one that you're looking for. Neat. Hey, you can download it. It has software. That is so cool. Oh, I wonder. Nah, I think it's fine. Yeah, but that's so cool. Okay. That is awesome. I love that. Vocalboard is also open source. Okay, that one's gonna take a while. appflurry.io. It enables you to to create apps that suit your needs without coding experience. Oh, here, I think that one and this one, it might be different. No, it is .io. Interesting. Yeah, this one is also open source. But you have open source alternatives. Interesting. I didn't know there were so many open source ones. Oh my word. Yeah, this one also seems to be open source, I think. Yeah, that's really cool. Epic. Truly 10 out of 10. The things I learn more from you guys than I think you guys learn from me in these streams. Damn. But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end the stream about here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. And yeah, as I say, it's getting late. I'm an early sleeper. I go to sleep at like 8 p.m. Well, then I will see you all again in the next live stream or the next tutorial, whichever comes first. Goodbye, my friends.